If recently you've been struggling, not knowing what to do with your life, you want to do something that you enjoy, that you feel is meaningful and fulfilling to your life, maybe something that brings happiness and also helps other people around you, but you really don't know how to navigate around this curve. At the same time, you might be having very conflicting thoughts and truly you don't know what your passion is. Looking at the future, it seems kind of blurry. If you're truly seeking to understand what you heartily desire that can propel you to another stage of your life, to that step of fulfillment, this is the video for you. Today we'll be trying to answer this question and finally help you to take the right path towards your fulfilled life. Welcome and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Jeanette. Without further ado, let's just get right into the video. We'll try to answer this question in 3 stages. The first question, we need to know where we are going. On the second question, that is the second stage, we'll be analyzing where we are right now. And in the third stage, we'll be talking about the path that we need to take for us to reach where we want to go. Have your pen and paper close to you because you need to write some important notes. In answering this question, I'll give you a scenario. So imagine you are lost in the forest, right? You don't know where you are. What are the things that you need to do to get back home? You need to understand where you're going. In the second, you need to understand also where you are. And the third question that you need to understand, what are the steps that I need to take to reach where I want to go? So stay tuned as we analyze this in different stages where we are going. It's also known as gravestone technique. When you're looking at yourself at the end of the journey, what you've accomplished, what are the people going to say to you? For example, now in this case, what are the people going to say or write on your gravestone? Let's take me as an example. What will I want people to say or write on my gravestone? She was a good person, she taught us well, she led by example. I love people to talk great things about me when I'm gone. It will really matter on where you're going. So you look at the end picture of it all. How are people going to remember you is also another way to go about it. Yeah. For example, if we think of Nelson Mandela, there's something that is so much attached to this person. Anytime Nelson Mandela is mentioned, something comes up, right? Any time, for example, Michael Jordan is mentioned, something comes up. What will people remember you by? So at this point, I'd like to encourage you to just take a pause. Yeah, you're allowed to just pause this video. It's an activity video where we need to grow together. And what I'd like you to do, just write down at least 3 things that you want people to remember you by. Yeah, I assume that you've done that. So once you've done that, I want us to move. You cannot move to the second step until you clear with the first step. Now that we already know where we are going, the second question that we need to ask ourselves is where we are right now. What are we doing to help us reach to our end goal, right? I've divided this question into 3 other mini questions or micro questions. Ask yourself, if I continue taking the same path that I am in today, in the next 5 years, is that path leading me to my far end goal? If I take another different path altogether, will it lead me to that far end goal? The third question that you need to ask yourself, assuming that you have all the resources at your disposal, right? Got money, you're of good health, your relations are good, are you going to achieve that goal at the end? And in this, I'll ask you a question. For example, you want to be a teacher, right? The things that you're doing right now, the path that you're in right now, is it somewhat helping you to be a better teacher? If, for example, your far end goal, you want to be a pilot, right? So the things that you're doing right now, are they somehow helping you to be a better pilot? That is your far end goal. And at this point, again, I'll encourage you to just pause this video and truly analyze, be genuine with yourself. Then again, you ask yourself the second question. The things that you're doing right now, if I take another opposite direction, is it going to help me achieve that far end goal? If you decide to take another different path, but the far end goal is the same, right? will it take you towards that? And of course, you've got to list down the things that you want to take differently. You know where you are right now, and these are the things that you're doing. So then again, for you to reach that far end goal, you've got to write the things that you need to do. The third question that you've got to ask yourself, so assuming that you've got no limitation in terms of money, altogether the resources for you, you're okay with the resources, right? And nothing is limiting you in any way. Everything is at your disposal basically. So when you're given that opportunity, will you still attain that goal? Again, I'll encourage you to just sit down and analyze, write it down. Once you're done, let's just continue to the next step. Step number 3. The third step that we need to do is consider the path that will take us there, the far end goal, right? We need to understand what works for you and what does not work for you. Maybe because you've tried that path earlier on, you failed along the line, you know the path that you took that truly did not work for you. So I give an example in this case. You want to save or you want to invest your money in. So when it comes to investing, you might have taken the route of investing in real estate and you got a lot of losses along the line. Instead of just giving up altogether and say, oh, this doesn't work, try to figure out other areas what will work for you. Real estate might not be your thing and maybe it might not work for you, but maybe I'm good at buying stocks and investing in stocks, yeah? So you might consider all these things, see what works for you, see what doesn't work for you. This is one of the things that will help you figure out who and where you are heading. So I'll encourage you right now to take a pause again. What are the things that you need to really improve that are going to help you achieve that ultimate goal? Yeah, for example, you want to be healthier, yeah, and when you're talking about health, you're talking about the mental health, you're talking about your body, you're talking about your spirit. What are the steps that you need to take to be a healthier person? Maybe you need to eat healthy, right? Maybe you need to read certain books, block some of the things out so that you're clear in your mind. Maybe spiritually you need to meditate, you need to get your relationship with God closer, to be built spiritually. And again, I'll encourage you at this last step, guys, to take a pause. You're not in a hurry and write this down. 3 things that you need to do or you need to figure out that is working for you and that's not working for you right now. If you've gone through all these 3 stages, you already have your own answer and you know what you want to do with your life. Just to do a recap, the first step, you need to know where you're going, have them written down and listed, right? The second thing, you need to know where you are right now. And by calculating that, the things that you're doing right now, 2 years or 3 years down the line, are they somehow related to your far end goal? In the third step, you need to figure out the path that you're supposed to take for you to reach there. And by answering this, you've got to ask yourself, what is working for me and what is not. So once you've answered all these questions, guys, I am pretty sure you already know what you want to do with your life. So then again, I need to mention, don't be so much hard on yourself in figuring out what you want. Sometimes it's never as clear as we suppose. Just give yourself grace, understand yourself. Sometimes season changes, time and time in. Try to analyze your life and see where you're going. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, I'm pretty sure you love this video right here. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.